And we're gonna do it as we used to do it. Okay, so we're gonna partner up, and then take turns for each section and the additional section where we ask the follow up questions and making a small discussion. So the partners are me and Ariq and Mario and Athala. Okay, so let's just begin. Yeah, um, Ariq, I will send you the cue card, and you may take like 2 minutes or one, maybe, depending on how comfortable you are, to prepare your answers. I think I put it in the group. Hold up. Okay, there you go. It's regarding hobbies. Tell me when you're ready, yeah? I'll give you like 2 minutes. Are you ready? Or what? Wrong. You may begin. I'll give you like around 5 minutes. Oh, wait, that's maximum by 2 minutes. You still have a minute to go if you want to. My bad. Oh, okay. So I'll be asking the follow-up questions in regards to your answers earlier. Yeah. So you said you like riding bikes and all that, right? Do you have like a particular brand or type of bicycle that you really like? Mm. Okay, okay, okay. Mm. Taxi seems pretty nice. Anyways, continuing on, what's your most memorable moments riding a bike? Is there like any particular journeys when you're riding a bike that's really you're really fond of? Do you mind telling us a short story or maybe, you know? Okay. Damn, that's pretty fun. Um, okay. Last question for my follow-up question is, you said the hobby is quote unquote accessible, right? But do you think of the prices of bicycles like Bromptons and everything else in between as rather expensive these days? And what's your take on the accessibility for that? Okay. Okay, I see, I see. I guess that ends your section three, the speaking test, and section two as well. I think it's time to move on to my part. You may send me my cue card. Right. Okay. It's the book one, by the way. I think. Yeah. ID. Okay. Give me like a minute or two, okay? And if you want to, after I said I'm ready, you can just time like 2 minutes or yes. Mm, mm. Okay, I'm ready. Okay, so the book I recently read is, I think it's called, not I think it's called, but I'm pretty sure it's called The Three Body Problem by Cixin Liu. It's a science fiction book that depicts a end of the world scenario and how people would react to it in a very unique take on the usual science fiction and end of days genre per se. Um, it is it follows a few scientists and an incoming alien invasion that is really unique in its own way. And it uses physics and actual sciences to explain several phenomenons or some of the intricate parts and what makes people like that it has a strong tone of like um, not only controversy but also conspiracy, which is very fun in a book. And I'm not sure if people would really like it in general. It's a heavy read per se, since like it's a translation from a foreign author, and so there are lots of footnotes that make it's really hard to follow up certain parts of the book, and it doesn't translate as well in English per se. But why I like it is because it's very unique and it's real in the most primal sense on how humans feed on fear and the fact that we need to survive by the end of the day what we're doing is to survive, and also lots of sciences, lots of aliens, lots of catastrophes in between, cool concepts and good writing. That's why I like it. I think that's the book I read, and that's what yeah, I'm done. Okay. Yeah, sure. Hmm. Oh, it's a science fiction book. Oh, it's about an incoming alien invasion, and the span of time it's similar to the Don't Look Up situation where a meteor is coming and people are just going crazy about it. But It's not as satirical as the movie, as that movie. Um, it's more bleak and dark in that manner, and it has certain politics in between. It has certain topics and issues that are brought up, and how humans would survive if they were actually gonna face destruction in the face. Okay. The best way to say it is like people who lost hope to humanity would like it, but people who would like science fiction and wants to try something new would really like it as well. It's not a light read. It's not a beginner friendly book, but it's out there and it's very fun to read. There you go. I like it because first it piqued my interest. I don't know why. I was like, what the hell is a three body problem? And then in between all that, I just jumped in, and suddenly I don't know, the book just absorbs you in it. And with all those thematics that I just mentioned earlier, and the way they, the way the translator and the footnotes really helped in terms of conveying the message of the book, it's a pretty smooth read, and uh, it did fry my brain up. Okay, yes, sir.
Okay. Hello, Mark. So, can I start
Hi.
first?
Yeah.
Okay.
I've sent it to our group.
Okay. Okay. Give me 1 minute to prepare.
Yep.
Okay, I'm ready.
Go ahead.
Okay. So, my favorite shop. One of my favorite shop in my city, actually Jakarta, is Miller's Records. It's located in Panglima Polim, right beside Goods Burger, like just beside the road. And it sells. I go there for I think like once or twice a month because it sells vinyls. I just started a new hobby to collect vinyls because I love music. And then Miller's Records has one of the best vinyl collections in the places that I know. It sells so many artists that I like, music genres, and the price isn't that bad, and you can get like good prices when you buy there. I go there for once or twice a month because I think it's vinyl is pretty expensive for me. So yeah, just once or twice a month is fine. And yeah, I go there usually just to see if there's any new collections or maybe any records that I want, artists that I like. I can see many records there. And also, just beside the record store is a cafe. So while I uh, sit in the cafe, maybe drink coffee or something, I can just look at the vinyls and listen to one or two of them. So yeah, I think it's a good shop, and I like to go there. Yeah, that's it, I guess.
Okay. So my follow-up question, the first one is, do you have any specific or particular musician that you always looking for when you go to the shop?
Okay, particular musicians. Well, when I go to a record store, I usually look for some surprises. I can say maybe like some artists that I don't really see quite often in the record store, or maybe they just don't have enough fan base in Indonesia. So usually the musician that I'm looking for is like some artist that I think is pretty rare to find. Like there's one band called Always. They're from Canada. I usually go to a record store and look for the records there because it's quite rare and you can get it like in online stores or something. So yeah, I think that's it.
Okay. When did the last time you go to the shop?
The last time that I went there is I think two weeks ago. I went there because I just got some bonus and then I was looking for a new record to add to my collection. I think it's between two or 3 weeks ago.
Okay. So the last question is, what is the most expensive item that you buy from the store?
Okay, the most expensive item
And how much?
that I bought from the store is a a Taylor Swift album called Lover. It's it's actually quite rare to find because it's colored. The vinyl is colored blue and pink. So when I go there and see that vinyl over there, I just bought it. It's I think it's around six 600 to 700. I think it's 675,000 or something. Yeah. So that's the most expensive one that I bought there.
I also
Yeah.
like Taylor Swift. You know.
Yes, yes. He's good. He's good.
Okay. Yeah, it's my turn.
Okay, okay. I'm gonna send you the cue card. Okay, it's in our group. Just tell me when you're ready.
Yeah, I think I'm ready. So
Okay, go ahead.
the last place that I visit is Bali. I think I went to Bali like 2 months ago. I went there with some of my family and some of my friends from Jakarta, and I got there using an airplane by direct flight. And I think I've always enjoyed Bali because Bali was like my second home, and I used to live in Bali for like 2 or 3 years when I was a kid, and my dad also used to work in Bali. And I think since I moved back to Jakarta, I think every year I always visit Bali like uh, once or twice a year. So yeah, I think Bali is always have a place in my heart because I like traveling, I like beach, I like the nature of Bali, and I also my oldest brother is living in Bali right now, and yeah, the last time I went to Bali, I visit him and some of his dogs. He pet I think 4 or 5 dogs, and actually my dad collect vintage cars, and some of the collection is located in Bali and in our house. So yeah, that's why I like Bali.
Okay, thank you, Mario. And I'm gonna ask some follow-up questions from there. Do you have any specific place or maybe a destination that you always go to when you visit Bali?
Um, uh, I think no, every time I go to Bali, I've always looked for a new place or a new destination. But in the past like 3 years, I always went to uh, what's it called? Menega. Yeah,
Oh,
it's a seafood restaurant in Jimbaran, and it's actually near my house in Bali.
okay,
And yeah, in the past 3 years, I always went to Menega.
okay. And since you're traveling in the pandemic, do you think that the traveler situation in Bali is getting better? Like maybe do you see some foreigners around? Or do you see that it's going back to normal in Bali?
Yeah, actually, during pandemic, I already went to Bali like once, like 3 times or 4 times, and I think the situation of the tourists is keeps getting better. And the last time I went there, actually 2 months ago, you know, some of the area like Seminyak and Canggu are already filled with bunch of tourists. And yeah, I think it keeps getting better.
Okay, okay. And would you say that Bali is a nice recommendation for tourists to go to when they are looking for holiday destinations?
Oh yeah, of course. I think Bali is like a place for home when you want to heal. And I think most of the Indonesia's nature that uh, famous is located in Bali. And I think for all the foreign tourists, I think you should go to Bali.
Okay. Thank you, Mario. I think that's it for the follow-up questions.
Thank you.
Back to you, Bennett.